Okay, up next, a little bit on ternary form. Now, if you're thinking this is easy because binary form, because the name of it is binary, it probably has two sections as it did. Ternary form probably has three sections, right? Kinda, but not really. What we're really looking at with ternary form, the big picture stuff, is A, B, A. So there's still only two different sections, but it's a little bit different. Remember, binary was A, B, B, or a few different variations on that we looked at. But ternary is A, B, A. So let's start off talking about simple ternary, okay? Because there's a few different kinds of ternary, just like there's a few different kinds of binary. In simple ternary, we're usually looking at a 1-5-1 between the three sections. So the first A is in the tonic, the second, or the first B, the only B, is in the dominant, and the second A is in the tonic again. And this might be prime, right? So it might be a little bit different, is all that really means. So let's look at it down at the phrase level. So if we say A, we stretch this out a little bit. And let's go over here and give us a little room at the beginning. Okay. So on the phrase level, the A section is A and A prime, and it's going to be all tonic. Okay, and let's just do, whoops. In the B section is probably going to be B, B prime, and it's going to be based on the 5. Now it's probably going to be a full modulation to the 5 in the B section. It doesn't have to be, it could just be centering around the 5, meaning it's not modulated to the 5, but it's the chord progression kind of really hovers around the 5, but most cases it's going to be a full modulation to the 5. And then for the A prime section, again, A prime. Let's bump that out, and we're back to the tonic most of the time. Okay, so in this line, we have the key structure that we would expect in simple ternary form. In this line, we have the phrase structure that we would expect in simple ternary form. And up here, we have the large scale form of ternary form. Now, other things to note in ternary form, normally this B section contrasts in some musical way, not just in the key, but in some kind of musical way. So you might have a contrast, like if A is fast, B might be slow. If A is thick, B might be thin. Some kind of way to differentiate the two so that the B is fairly obvious is what we really kind of want to happen. There might also be some kind of melody idea that happens in the A section. You get a different melody in the B section, and then you get the first melody back in the A section or the A prime section. Okay, so that's the basics of ternary form. Let's talk about a little more complicated composite ternary form.